On Thursday, Virgin Islanders will head to the polls for the Republican caucus. Voters will choose between former U.S. President Donald Trump or former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent spoke exclusively with Haley, and Rachel Knapp tells us more about the issues that are important to the islands.
How are you feeling going into this election down in the Virgin Islands?
This is an important election.
Nikki Haley, a candidate for the Republican presidential nomination, spoke with us ahead of the Virgin Islands Republican caucus, and no topic was off limits.
I am watching the Virgin Islands as much as I'm watching any other place, because at the end of the day, you want to gain as much support from every American, right? Because you're going to be serving everybody.
We asked her how she could help boost the economy in the territory. She says Congress has to first work on balancing their budget.
We'll stop the spending, we'll stop the borrowing, we'll eliminate the pet projects and earmarks, and I'll veto any spending bill that doesn't take us back to pre-COVID levels. The next thing we'll do is we'll take as many federal programs as we can, and we'll send them down to the states and the territories. That way you're reducing the size of the federal government, but you're empowering people on the ground. Think healthcare, think welfare, think education, think mental health. If we cut those strings and sent those resources down, they could better customize them in the areas in which they live.
Scientists say climate change has made storms stronger, intensifying hurricanes and other weather events. The islands have had their fair share of storms, so we asked her how she would mitigate the impacts of climate change.
First, call out the bad actors. India and China are our biggest polluters. We need to get together with the rest of the world and start holding those two countries accountable. Otherwise, they are not changing no matter how much activity we change, if they're not changing, it's not going to make a difference. The second thing is start looking at how we can transition in a common sense way. What we know now is we want our energy sector to be a powerhouse, but let's use our energy producers to help us with the innovations. Right now, we're looking at nuclear fusion. We're seeing ways that we can reduce the emissions, but do it in a way that we're partnering with them to create more innovations.
And most importantly, how she would ensure Virgin Islanders' voices are heard.
Equal voices. I mean, you know, the goal is to represent everybody and to serve everybody. And it's making sure that everyone feels like they are equal in every aspect when it comes to our government. I think that's hugely important that they feel that, whether it's, you know, how we're combating China, whether it's their infrastructure, whether it's any of the other services that government provides, whether it's freedom and making sure that they have as much economic freedom as they possibly can. I think that's the biggest part, is just knowing that we serve them too, and that their voice matters just as much as anyone else's.
In Washington, D.C., Rachel Knapp reporting.